1 second this man is running, perfectly fine, full speed, living his best life. Then someone's elbow grazed his shoulder from 3 meters away, and suddenly he is down, both hands on his face, rolling, screaming, grabbing his leg even though the contact was nowhere near his leg. His face is telling a story of profound suffering that no human being has ever experienced in the history of pain. The stretcher comes out, his teammates look genuinely worried, the stadium goes quiet, the referee shows a yellow card, and this same man who just 30 seconds ago appeared to be dying in front of 50,000 witnesses, is back on his feet, sprinting, pointing at the opposition, completely healed by the power of a yellow card. The crowd goes absolutely insane. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Science has actually studied this behavior, and the explanation involves real biology, cold mathematics, and a level of psychological warfare that would make a chess grandmaster uncomfortable. Before you completely cancel every footballer on the planet, science needs a word with you. When a player is sprinting at full speed, his body is producing so much adrenaline, it would make a reasonable person dizzy just thinking about it. And adrenaline does something incredible. It completely shuts off pain signals to the brain, not reduces them, shuts them off entirely. So a player takes a genuine hit, feels absolutely nothing, keeps running because his body essentially told him, "We'll deal with that later. Keep going." Then the play stops, the adrenaline drops, and his body, which has been very patiently holding an enormous pile of pain in a waiting room, opens the door and sends it all out at once. What looks like a man theatrically auditioning for a movie about dying over a light tap on the ankle is sometimes just a body delivering 30 seconds worth of unread pain notifications, all at the same time. His body basically had unread messages and decided to read all of them simultaneously at full volume. Now, the ones who are 100% performing, the artists, the visionaries, here is what makes this genuinely incredible instead of just infuriating. In the fraction of a second before they hit the ground, their brain has already run a full cost-benefit analysis that would take a normal person a whiteboard and 45 minutes to complete. Going down at the right moment stops the clock when you are winning. It snaps the opponent's momentum completely. It gets their best player a yellow card. It gives your entire exhausted team 30 seconds of rest disguised as a national tragedy. The risk is a yellow card for simulation. The reward is a free kick in a dangerous position, an opponent suspended for the next match, and the psychological satisfaction of having just made an entire stadium furious on purpose. When you break it down like that, it sounds less like cheating and more like a man running an extremely aggressive business strategy entirely with his body. The MBA students are taking notes. Now, you might be thinking, how does this keep working? Are referees just not paying attention? No, and this is where it gets actually interesting. A referee has exactly half a second to decide if a foul happened. Half a second. While tracking 22 players, while 50,000 people are screaming directly into his soul, while knowing that whatever he decides will be replayed in slow motion by 17 different camera angles by people who have been watching the same 2 seconds on loop for the past 40 minutes and still cannot agree on what happened. Under that level of pressure, the human brain does what human brains always do under pressure. It cheats. It takes the fastest available shortcut. It looks for the most obvious visual signal. And the most obvious visual signal is a fully grown professional athlete face down on the grass, appearing to reconsider every life decision he has ever made. Studies on referee psychology have confirmed this repeatedly. The more dramatic the fall, the more likely it draws the foul. Not because referees are bad at their job, because human brains are wired to respond to visible suffering, whether it is real or not. The players figured this out, and then they got very, very good at it. So why has football not fixed this after literally a century of people complaining about it? Because fixing it would require understanding why it happens, and why it happens is game theory, which is the science of why rational people make decisions that look irrational from the outside, but make complete sense when you understand the incentives involved. Here is the problem in simple terms. If faking injuries has a low punishment and a high reward, Smart people fake injuries. If the players around you are faking and drawing free kicks and getting opponents booked and winning matches because of it, then not faking starts to cost you. The honest player is now at a statistical disadvantage against the dramatic one. So the behavior spreads, not because footballers are terrible human beings, but because the sport accidentally built a system where collapsing to the ground and grabbing your face is sometimes the single most strategically intelligent thing you can do with your Thursday afternoon. VR cleaned up the obvious ones, the subtle version, the perfectly timed stumble, the micro-exaggeration, the face grab that lasts exactly as long as it needs to, and not 1 second longer, is still nearly impossible to call. Football made the rules. The players just did the math, and the math said fall down.